in the black lines.
Türkçe Oyun Merkezi'nden herkese merhabalar arkadaşlar. Game of Thrones serimize kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Hatırlayacaksınız en son bu karakterimizin ismi Mira olan kişiye mektup göndermiştik arkadaşlar. Ve hanemizin adına kraldan yardım isteyeceğiz arkadaşlar. Hemen önce etrafı şöyle bir inceleyelim. Gördüğünüz gibi sandığın içinde para falan var, bakalım neymiş bunlar.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos. Ethan made this for me.
Yetenekliymiş vallahi çocuk Ethan. Bu ne?
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Olenna.
Ve şu mektubu okuyalım arkadaşlar. Ne anlatıyor bakalım.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Bakalım şimdi arkadaşlar. Nelerle karşılaşacağız? Kralın önüne gideceğiz. Yardım isteyeceğiz bakalım hanemiz için de. İnşallah istediğim sonucu elde edebiliriz yani. 5 kat fazla askerle geliyorlar.
Wonders made by man by Lomas Longstrider.
Bizi yerle bir
A
ederler
gift from
yani.
Roderick.
Ulan şu Roderick ölmeyeydi iyiydi ya. Hadi Roderick öldü, babamız
I
ölmeyeydi
hope
gene
to see them
iyiydi.
all someday.
Göreceğiz inşallah. Şu an
King's
kralın
Landing.
şehrindeyiz. Evet. Onu
I
diyoruz
wonder if it's
lan.
sunny at Ironrath today.
Vallahi bizim hane bulutların altında, kara bulutlar dolaşıyor üstünde. Sana söyleyeyim ben. Şu mektubu da okuyalım. Annemizde mektup gelmiş arkadaşlar. Ona bir bakalım.
It
Neymiş, neyin
troubles me to
nesiymiş.
even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Kapı da çalıyor. Ne oldu ki? Bakalım acaba. Kapıyı hemen açayım ki. Şöyle hızlı gidelim ya.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Hizmetçi galiba ya. Gel.
No,
Gel
it's
temizle
fine.
temizle.
Come in.
Ben böyle hizmetçileri severim. Böyle nazikleri. Hepsi nazik olmak zorunda da. Bakalım ne olacak. Başımıza ne gelecek.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Endişeliyiz
Moment,
ya.
is it?
Orada güzel
It's kind of you
bir
to
mesaj
ask.
verdi.
Of
Çok
course,
güzel
milady.
oldu.
You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
Tamam. Acelemizi
You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
It's widely known that I work for Lady Marjorie.
I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
ne konuşuyorlar lan? Söyle çabuk. Çabuk söyle. Merak
They
ettim.
appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
Bizim hane lan bu.
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble, but I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a call boy, not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Vay be. Valla bizim işler sakat galiba ya. Baksana herkes konuşuyor.
Lady
Oh.
Marjorie, you're
Ah,
early.
geldi
I was
valla.
hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Tamam Lady'm, konuşalım. Ne istersen konuşalım Lady'm. Hadi bakalım. Allah Allah.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
Ah,
And you
güzel
know
bak.
how I
İyi.
feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
Yardım
I need
ihtiyacımız
your
var
help,
Lady'm
my
ya.
lady.
Vallahi yardıma
Of
ihtiyaç var.
course. And I will help you
Yapacak
in
tek
any way I can.
çare yardım.
But
Destek
there's
lazım bize,
another
destek.
matter we must
Yoksa olmaz.
attend to first. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Oha. Ne hayın la?
She was very pleased with herself.
How did you respond?
I told her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be blamed for the actions of your father and brother.
Adamsın.
Nonetheless, she demands an
Adamsın Lady.
audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so
Valla
near.
ailem için yardım
Did
edin
you
de
ask,
ben size yaparım
lady?
ne istiyorsanız ya.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Ne diyeyim ki ben şimdi
See
krala
if the
ya.
Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
Yalnız orada kraliçe diyor. Kraliçeyle mi konuşacağız biz lan? Ona nasıl bakıyor bak.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Abi diyecek bir şey bulamıyorum. Ne diyeyim ben ona şimdi?
Good luck.
Sağ ol. Vallahi iyi şansa ihtiyacım var. Kötü şanslıdan başımıza dönüp dolaşıyor. Oo. Abi kapıya baksana, tövbe yarabbim ya. Aha da kraliçe o galiba ayakta olan. Evet o. O yanındaki velet
You
kim?
can do this.
Onu öğrenmemiz lazım. Malady. Arkadaşlar bakmayın lütfen. Korkuyorum ya.
Ah, Lady Marjorie.
Şunu,
Aren't you looking
şu adamı
lovely
gösteriyoruz
this
oyunun başında da.
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission,
Kraliçe
allow
bu
me
galiba,
to
evet.
introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Şimdi bu kraliçe diyor. Diz çökelim.
Your Grace.
Yani koca kraliçe yani.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet... For centuries, the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House
Vallahi iyi
Stark,
cevaplar vermek zorum ya.
a house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily.
Clearly her loyalty wavers quite a lot.
If she has any loyalty at all. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
Abo
has a
patladık
remarkable
valla.
talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Vallahi
Old
kraliçe
allegiances are
gezdirdik.
not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster
Güvenebilirsiniz.
Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
Yaparım valla. Ailem için her şeyi yaparım.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I'm sure she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of
Abi çok
ambitious
korkuyorum ya.
opportunists looking to reinvent themselves.
Abi
Tending
sorduğu
to be
sorulara bak
something they're
ya.
not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
Allah
I'm
bak.
sure
Let
she
the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
Lan. Ben miyim en
My sense
tehlikeli?
is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging.
Patladık
I'd
galiba.
like a word with you if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Bu da kızdı bize. Abi ne yaptık biz ya?
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. I have my
Eyvallah.
condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the north.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they. That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous. for
Abi
you
çok tehlikeli şeyler
and your
olmaya başladı
house.
ya.
Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll
Öyleyim.
consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Bunu anlayamadım ben. Çözemedim bu adamı ya. Antin kuntin şeyler diyor da. Bize yardım lazım. Başka bir şey değil. Yardım. Başka bir şey değil. Yardım lazım. Tamam. Ondan gerisi sıkıntı yok zaten.
Mira, I was worried.
Vallahi ben ölüyorum burada. Ölüyorum. Korkudan.
Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult.
Vallahi iyi gitmedi
At
bence
least
ya.
it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
You'll get us in trouble.
We're just having some fun. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might
Oğlum o
meet our
tape
future
planıymış.
husbands.
Dediğin hala oynuyorsun onu ya.
Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well, which is more than you can say for
Ailem
his
için,
mother.
ailem için.
I'd marry anyone if it helped my family.
Right, of course. Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Buna bak ya, bu da uşak yapacak bizi
Let's
manyağı.
see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn
Bu karı var ya,
What are you doing?
al. Geldi işte.
Well? Sarah?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about. This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira.
Oo iyi lan.
I'm just glad it's over.
Memnun kaldı dedi, güzel güzel.
King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen. Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you. Do you agree?
It doesn't matter what you feel. It only matters what you say.
You learn very quickly.
İşte
Your
bu.
words
Ben
to
buyum.
Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family.
Korkmaz mıyım ya? Korkuyorum tabi.
I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her. Go on. Ask.
I received a letter from my family.
Bak bak oku. Ölüyoruz burada.
I
Leydim.
fear my family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. But if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
That is no small request. Especially now.
Ya durdurursun Leydim sen
Joffrey
onu
knows
ya.
only too well your family fought for the Starks. And now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa. It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Yardım et ya lütfen ya.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Şu kız da ne dedi, okuyamadım onun yazısını. Yapmasık mı dedi, ne dedi ya? Abo oh. Ne lan bu böyle? Adamı çıldırtıyorlar ya. Aha. Yarıda geri döndük galiba. Ne oluyor lan? Lan dur! Allah sizden at kaçtı. Amcamızın atını kaçırdın. Gerrit ne yaptın ya? Ne oluyor oğlum orada?
Let's play a little game, shall we? Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Lan manyağa bak. Allah adamı çiziyor lan.
Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have fallen out of practice. But he didn't make it easy. What with all that bloody noise?
Like a drowning cat.
Adamı yiyorlar orada tövbe yarabbim.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father is the Warden of the North.
He does now. How much further is it to these Forresters?
Bunlar mı lan o şey?
A day, my lord. Two at most.
What was that?
Allah cezanı ya.
Lord?
Listen.
Bunlar geliyor oğlum bizim haneye lan.
There. Hear that?
Duymadım.
I know I heard something.
Sessiz ol. Gerekirse dövüşürüz anasını satayım. Dur. Allah geldi vallahi geldi.
Never mind.
Oh be.
We've wasted enough time already.
Adamı bitirdiniz lan. Hainler. Bunlar geliyor ya. Öf. Hayret bir şey bunlar ya. Yürü. Bayrağı da dikmiş bunlar oraya. Bu adam kim ya? Abo. Ne yapmışlar lan sana böyle? Adamın derisini yüzmüşler. Hainlere bak. Oğlum bunlar bizi yer ya.
Lord Ethan,
Efendim.
as I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership.
Nasıl lider olmazsınız ya?
But 300 generations of Forrester lords stand behind you. Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good.
Oo. Babamıza güvenilir diyorlarmış.
He was fair and wise, and courageous in battle.
I want to be like that, like my father.
Your father was well regarded by nearly everyone. It took years, if not decades, to earn.
Üzülme
These were
Ethan,
your
yapacağız
father's people
yapacağız.
to lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone. He and every Forrester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others, the Lord Sentinel. Forrester traditions demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Keep walking, you craven son of a whore. Move.
Ne oluyor lan?
Summon the Lord. We need his judgment.
I've done nothing wrong! I was only trying to survive!
Lord Ethan. Maester.
You spoke of judgment, Sir Royland. What judgment is that?
This craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed!
Lan! Daya yersin bak.
We all fucking know it!
Quiet, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Is what Sir Royland said true?
Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right.
He speaks true.
I've a family to feed, and not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Leave the poor man alone!
Mercy, go!
Lord Ethan, I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling.
Düşmeyecek
We'll
oğlum.
never survive the coming winter. Most of us won't even live to see it.
We are in this together.
You say that, but it won't be you who's starving come winter.
You'll address him as Lord.
Adamsın be.
Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it is.
Men need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
Oğlum hep arada kalıyorum ya.
You can send him to the war.
Oğlum ne yapacağız lan?
I will decide.
Send him to the wall. Take his fingers, thief!
Sus lan.
If you punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man. It will be an injustice, my lord.
Sen,
Please, my lord. My family depends on me.
seni duvara yollayacağım.
I sentence you to the wall, where you will join the Night's Watch.
No! Please, my lord! My family, without me, they'll die!
Orada bak 3 parmağını kes diyor, parmağını kesmedim. Artistik yapma bana.
That was certainly unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due.
Doğru diyorsun.
Just yourself, of course.
It's a lord's duty, so I did it.
You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side. Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance. Possessing wisdom and experience.
And I'm sure you think you'd be the perfect choice.
Me? Oh, gods no. I can't get involved. I am a maester. At the Citadel, I swore an oath to serve as such. There are two capable men for the role. They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you. Here, the bracer of the Sentinel. The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen Sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your Sentinel will wear this for all to see. Take it.
I'll make the right choice as Sentinel.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
Tamam. Konuşalım. Da o konuşmayı bir sonraki bölüme bırakalım arkadaşlar. Yani şimdi iki arada bir derede kaldık arkadaşlar. O yüzden hangimizi seçeceğimizi bir düşünüp karar vermemiz lazım. Bunu da bir sonraki bölüme bırakalım arkadaşlar. Şimdiden herkese iyi seyirler, iyi oyunlar. Hoşça kalın. Görüşmek üzere arkadaşlar.